Lockheed Martin, hear the sound. Children screaming on the ground. Lockheed Martin, hear the sound. Children screaming on the ground. Netanyahu, you can't hide. You're conducting genocide. Get on side. Stop supporting genocide. Netanyahu, you can't hide. You're conducting genocide. Trudeau, Biden, get on side. Stop supporting genocide.
We can just make room for the bus to come in here. Thank you, everybody, for that really strong mobilization in the streets. For Free Palestine. I wonder if it looks like he's going to block the door. If we can get some volunteers, we're going to pull out a tent, some tables, and our food. If we can get like 5 or 6 volunteers to go up to the bus and take stuff off the bus, that'd be really cool. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Stop arming genocide!
Stop arming genocide!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Stop arming genocide!
Stop arming genocide!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
No more genocide!
No more genocide!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
No more F-35s!
No more F-35!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
No more F-35s!
No more F-35!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
No more F-35s!
No more F-35!
Here we are at the front gate, the front door here of Lockheed Martin, the largest military contractor in the world, the manufacturer of the killing machines that are waging genocide in Gaza and decimating southern Lebanon. And that's why we're here. You can't really tell, there's not a lot of, attention brought to this building. The military-industrial complex likes to keep what they do on the DL. Okay? Because what they're doing are crimes against humanity. So they can't advertise, hey, we build fighter jets to drop 2,000-pound bombs on defenseless people in Gaza. They don't do that. When this campaign started in May 2024, the Arms Embargo Now campaign, which is a campaign of a broad cross-section of civil society groups, including major public sector labor unions, human rights and social justice organizations, Palestinian Youth Movement, Independent Jewish Voices, the Public Service Alliance of Canada, QP Canada. When we started this campaign, we wanted to expose the military contractors that are fueling the death and destruction in Gaza. In September 2024, when Melanie Joly announced that all arms to Gaza would stop, which we know was a lie, because she only stopped 30 export permits. There were another over 250 export permits which she didn't stop, and she didn't even consider the backdoor policy of the federal government and the massive loophole by which arms components are exported by literally hundreds of Canadian military contractors to the United States and to Israel without requiring any export permits whatsoever. There's no tracking, there's no regulating, there's no reporting, there's no accountability. And when Lockheed Martin heard that this campaign was happening, they scrubbed 80% of the content off their website. The material that they removed from their website listed all the military contractors across so-called Canada that are fueling and providing components to these F-35 bombers that are killing people in Gaza and Lebanon. So they're scared. And that's why we wanted to bring you all up here today, to understand the relationship between the Canadian state and military contractors and multinational corporations like Lockheed Martin that normalize genocide. And we're here to say we will not normalize genocide. Because if we do that, then what kind of future are we giving our children? So we ought to take this seriously. And when you talk to your friends who are like, no, but Israel's just defending itself, you tell them that we are normalizing genocide. We are normalizing fascism. We are normalizing contempt for the International Declaration of Human Rights and all the suite of international humanitarian laws, like the Arms Trade Treaty, like the Genocide Convention, like the Convention on Crimes Against Humanity, and Convention that prohibits war crimes, that were all created in the aftermath of the Nazi Holocaust, so that genocide would be never again. Never again means for everyone. When I was just 6 years old, my mother had to tell me about the Holocaust. I was just a little Jewish kid. She had to tell me that millions of our children were murdered mercilessly by the Nazis. She had to tell me that people hated the Jews so much that they didn't care if they were wiped off the face of the earth or not. And after she told me her story, she said, but this will never happen again. And because I was a smart little boy, I asked her, does that mean never again for anyone, Mom? And my mother had to take a step back. And she walked around the kitchen, and she was thinking deeply that the answer that she gave me was going to make a major impact on my life and the way that I identify with humanity. And even though she might have said no just for Jews, she came towards me and she sat down and she took me close. And she said, for anyone, Bobby. And I take that seriously. And I know you all do take that seriously too. I'm wearing this hat. Wachatonin. I got it at the powwow. It means in Cree, kinship beyond blood. Wachatonin. Wachatonin. And that's what we're doing here today. We're showing solidarity across cultural, ethno-religious, linguistic lines. We're saying an injury against one is an injury to all. That the children of Gaza are all of our children. And that a society that is built on the concept of ethno-religious supremacy of one group over another can never bring peace and will only produce suffering. And so, as a Jew, I want to stand here with my comrades from Independent Jewish Voices to say that we no longer support the creation of the state of Israel as a bad mistake. We feel a sense of tremendous pain that our collective suffering as Jewish people has been weaponized against the Palestinians. And we want that to stop. And that's why we're here. And so I want to thank everybody for coming and supporting Independent Jewish Voices today. You know, we don't always have to leave it to our Palestinian loved ones to organize every action. They are tired. It has been a year of relentless trauma and grief. And let's care for one another. Let's hold the space for that grief, for that anger. And let's pull together to resist the military-industrial machine that is fueling death and destruction in Palestine.